Is my nose dripping? I need a tissue. Oh my god. That's so gross. Okay. Isn't this cute? This is mom. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's literally been a hot minute. I keep looking at myself instead of like the lens, like I need to. You guys will notice that I'm kind of all over in this video, and like you can hear like my family in the background. It's just a hot mess, but I had to get a video up for you guys. This is actually going to be on my flawless base, as you guys can tell from the title. Intros are always so weird to me because I'm like I'm not talking to someone, but I am. Like what? But this is just the foundation base that I get so many questions on. It looks so cute. I just love it. But I hope you guys enjoy, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm hoping to post more. I always say that, so I won't make it a promise, but subscribe if you haven't already and enjoy the video. Okay, you guys, so I'm really excited just to be sitting down and doing this. Not gonna lie though, I did have to kind of like talk myself into it because it's just been such like, I don't know, I've like just wanted to sleep on my spare time, which is not good, so I'm gonna try and fight that. Anyway, I'm gonna get started because I don't know how long this video is gonna take. It's just like a base, but I wanna go in depth and how I like fake like flawless skin. So as you guys can see, I have quite the breakout going on. My breakouts come from gluten. So for a while I had really clear skin because I was doing like a gluten-free diet. Like I was just on top of it, and I was minimalizing, what? Like, I don't know, just like cutting my dairy intake as well. I have celiac disease, so I really shouldn't be eating gluten, but I did have one burrito that was made with a corn is not gluten, a flour tortilla. And the next day I woke up with this, and they don't really pop. It's just like a rash. It's pretty gross. So anyway, but make sure you guys take care of your skin. Like whatever you do, wash your face, moisturize, tone your face every single day, even when you do not wear makeup. So right before I started this video, like literally right before, which my face was still a little bit red, I exfoliated my skin, and I used this Acure Brilliantly Brightening Scrub, and I literally am obsessed with this. It's pretty freaking bomb. I think it's like, yep, I don't even know where. Oh, with sea kelp and French green clay for all skin types. Me literally pretending like I know what I'm talking about. My fiance uses it, but I did that to just take off all of the dead skin. I remembered to get like under my under eyes because the skin is so fine, and when it gets dry it's like really crepey, and it just, foundation, primer, all that does not stick that well. Then I hydrated using the Mario Badescu. I can even freaking spray a little bit more. And then I went in with this drugstore Walgreens moisturizing lotion, and that's what gave my skin that glow. I love wearing this like right before I go out if I don't have makeup on. It just makes your skin look so healthy. All right, but I did that all off camera, so this has been sitting for a little bit, so I can just go in with some product. What are we, like 2 minutes into this video already? So what I've been using is the Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. See, I just freaking gave up on reading as I was going. So basically, I kind of just put that all over, to be honest. My face, there's not like one spot that I concentrate it in because my whole face could use it. And then I go in with the Benefit Professional, and this is pore filling. Anyway, so I put that like on the center of my face where my pores are the biggest. Now I used to do it on my chin. Okay, I'll do it today. But it actually makes me break out on my chin. I don't know why it doesn't make me break out literally anywhere else but my chin, but love that for me. So just basically the center of my face, and I just like kind of warm it up in my hand and like smear it and then pat it to fill in those pores because they're deep. Zoink. All right, so now for foundation. Normally I'd let that sit for longer. Like honestly, I'll do like my brows while my primer and everything is setting, but I'm not gonna do that today. So the foundations that I love, like I had questions on my skin because I posted a picture on, no, a video of my skin on Instagram, and I had so many DMs on what I was using, my foundation. And honestly, I'm mixing these two. This is a very high-end one, the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Ivory, very like yellowy undertone. And this is an $8 foundation, the LA Pro Coverage High Definition Long Wear Illuminating. So, and this is kind of like almost like demi matte. So it's not super matte, but it's demi. What? Anyway, so I mixed these two together. I just like the color it gives, and that's why I originally had done it. I didn't even know like if the two formulas together would be a thing, like if it would work. It did though. It was really amazing. So I just put like one pump of each on the back of my hand, and this honestly should be enough for my whole face. So maybe more than enough. Something I used to do is just, oh, and I'm just gonna dot this all over my face, just kind of like watch while I'm talking, sorry. One of the things I used to do was use so much makeup, like foundation, and I just have really toned it down. And even if I am gonna do like layers of foundation, or like a lot of foundation, I do it in layers. And I'll explain why. I'm gonna pick up my damp beauty sponge. Actually, I'm gonna spray it a little more. It's not as damp as this one, kind of busted. But this is literally such a thin layer, but both of these foundations have so much pigment in them, you don't need to like cake it on to get full coverage. Okay, so that is one layer, and already so much redness is covered, and in this camera it looks pretty natural. I still have a ton of foundation on the back of my hand, so I'm gonna add a second layer. And I saw this, I cannot remember, it was like a celebrity makeup artist trick, and she's like, apply your foundation in like layers. And I like, that sounds so intimidating, you know, like especially for like us, like, well, I'm not one of those, but the girls out there that love like the very natural like finish or whatever, you're like, layers, like that sounds intimidating. But then when she explained it, it made so much sense. In thin layers, so if you apply a thin layer, let it dry down, and then go in with a second one, it's kind of like nail polish. And I was like, what? But basically, like if you just clump on nail polish, it never like fully dries. And so like it could be like 2 hours down the road and it's still like creasing or getting all like it moves and stuff. But if you do a really thin layer, put it on and it dries, or like most of the way dries or whatever, and then you go on with another thin layer, it dries 10 times quicker and it doesn't do that creasing thing. And she applies that like technique to makeup, and I thought that was so like genius and like life-changing for me. I know that sounds dramatic, but like for a makeup artist or like someone who just loves makeup, that is super duper good to know. Like, I don't know where I was going with that thought. So basically I added a second layer on the outside of my face. I didn't do a second layer of that foundation on the center, so you can see a difference. And the only reason I didn't put it on the center of my face is because I'm going to go in with concealers right there, so I don't need to have more layers than really needed. So the concealers I've been using, and I tried these like when they first came out, which was a really long time ago, and I didn't like them. I don't know if it's because I didn't know how to use them. These concealers are literally so bomb. So I have the shade 5 Ivory, and I think this might be the lightest shade that they have, and it's real light. And then I also have the shade Light. I'm just gonna take a little concealer brush and I just mix those two together, and it gives me the one, like the look I want, the color, whatever. And then I just pat this in, and I honestly have kind of not been doing like the super highlighted under eye. I used to, but I already have a big face, so I just don't want to like accentuate that too much. You know? Anyone feel me? I have a big head. really bad. All right, so now to go in and just blend that out, I'm gonna put some Fix Plus. If you don't have Fix Plus, which if you don't have, I really think you should. I know it's like kind of like glorified water, but it's more than that. This is like such a staple in my kit. If I don't have it, I don't do my makeup that day. Or you can even use the Mario Badescu spray. But basically just hydration, and just go in with that, look up, get it under there. But yeah, and then you just wanna like blend that out. So now that we're looking all ghostly, we're gonna make ourselves look even more ghostly. So it's time to set, and I always bake my face, at least my under eyes, my T-zone, my chin, because I don't know, I just think it's so important. It is like brightening, but mainly for like longevity, and it makes your skin look so smooth. So I have two powders that I absolutely love. You guys have all heard about this one, literally, I think since 2016. I've like loved the Derma Blend, but recently drugstore is bomb. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in Fair 05, and I think I'm gonna mix. So I know that I'm mixing a lot of like my products, but honestly, I'm just so in love with like how it all comes together. And I think just like trying it out, like just try it out with like a couple of your favorites and see what they do. You know, they just make a cute little like makeup baby, and it's like, it's freaking so cute. I love it. Anyway, so I'm gonna blend out my under eye, and then I'm gonna take that setting powder and just, oh, really? Is that mascara? There we go. And just really set my under eye. Make sure you get in your nose crease, your laugh lines if they are prominent. And I even do the balls of my cheek. I'm gonna do my chin, and then down my nose and the center of my forehead. Now, you guys, I use a really like mattifying setting powder. There are like dewy setting powders out there, especially when I have texture. I just find that I really like mattifying products because it kind of like masks and doesn't like accentuate the fact that I'm like breaking out a lot. But you can use more dewy products if you want. I can definitely experiment with some dewy products on my channel once my skin clears up and let you guys know about them. But yeah, so now the next step, I used to use a face powder with more color in it, but I really like the color of my foundation, so I'm actually just going to use the combination of those two like translucent setting powders or whatever. I'm just going to go in and set the rest of my face. Guys, I know this looks really, I'm about to back up, and I know that I look really white, but it's just because I have not added bronzer, okay? Okay? Wow. We love that for me. Okay, so I'm gonna use this buffing brush. My son is in the fridge right now. What is he doing? So I'm gonna go into this Wet n Wild bronzer. And just basically, so here's my cheekbone. I'm gonna go right into the cheekbone. And then I'm like, that's like more of a contour, but I'm actually gonna like bronze up and warm up my face. So now I'm gonna take what's left and go up. Not down, just up. And what you doing, Liam? You need help? I helped him get a little spin. Okay, so where was I? I was just bronzing up my face. I'm gonna take this up onto my temple and honestly into my hairline as well. Okay, so no matter what, you don't want to forget about bronzing your nose. Contouring, bronzing, do something to it so that it's not just like there. Like what? It needs some shape. So I'm gonna take that light bronzer and I'm actually gonna take like a little, like a dense little eyeshadow brush, tap off the excess and just apply some color. And when you do this, literally go in with like the tiniest amount, but just, I go up and down. I kind of take it up to like my brow point, and then I'm not done blending. The one thing I always say about makeup is like, trust the process. Like, but you can already see there's some shape going on. I'm just gonna take a little bit of powder and kind of bring it, pinch my nose contour. The lighting in here is kind of funny because it's getting darker out. So I'm gonna let that sit, and then I'm gonna take an angled contouring, or actually I think this is it's just an angled brush, so kind of has a little slant to it. This thing has just been used and abused. And I'm gonna go into a darker contour shade, which is I'm using the Anastasia contour kit. This is the medium one. I think it's a fake. That's great. Thank you, TJ Maxx, for selling fake contour kits. And this part, I'm literally gonna go from the upper cheekbone, or the upper ear, and just like angle it down and just kind of like buff up, but keep it really concentrated. So it gives me a little bit of a sunken effect. And I go above, like right here, like in the hollows, I go a little bit above because I want to lift it, if that makes sense. And then the other thing that I will do with that darker shade is go right into my hairline to kind of create like a gradient. Okay, so now for the next step. If you're not a blush person, that's totally fine. I get it. Like, you can skip this part. But I just have been really loving blush. I think it pulls the look together. So I'm gonna use this MAC blush, and this is in the shade Stay Pretty. So I'm just gonna like lightly, literally lightly, kind of put it on the balls of my cheek, but like go up. So blend it in with that contour a little. And I'm literally barely touching my face with this brush. And then smiles like that. Sorry, I'm looking at myself, not at like the actual lens, my bad. Love that for me. And then I'm gonna wipe away this. Actually, I'm gonna use a little clean eyeshadow brush. Just wipe it all away. Okay, so now I'm gonna take that Fix Plus, cover my lash. That's like, oh my God, it's like off. Love that. My face is literally drenched, and at this time, you don't really wanna be talking. You don't wanna be touching your face. You don't wanna be like moving because your skin is wet, so everything can crease at this point. So just kind of let it dry. Oh my God, Frankie in Fortnite. I'm gonna stick this eyelash on and hopefully this will all be dry. Okay, so while I was off camera, I went ahead and applied my bottom mascara and a little inner corner highlight and my lipstick. So now literally the last thing to do is highlight. And honestly, I am loving matte skin lately, like so much, but for the sake of this video, I will show you what it looks like when it is highlighted. So my favorite highlight is the Anastasia Amorese highlight, and this one is busted. Like, it literally broke. I can't even show you guys, but it's broken. But I'm just gonna take an eyeshadow brush. So basically, I'm just gonna really drench that. And the first place that I always love to highlight is my nose. I just look straight forward and do the tip just right across. Now, nose highlight is not for everyone. For me, I just, again, think that it kind of defines your nose a little bit. It makes it look like it has a cute little tip, and you do not have to apply highlight down the center of it, the bridge of your nose, if you don't want to. I do apply highlight right here, just any place to make it look luminous. And then I still use either the little brush to hit the high points of my face, or you can use an actual highlighting brush. I just like it to be more concentrated because I just don't want highlight, shimmer, whatever all over my face. and I had to be very careful with where I put my highlight because I do have textured skin. Now, some people like to highlight their chin. I don't like to do that. I don't want to make it any more prominent, and I like it just being matte. But anyway, so that's basically the places I like to highlight. I don't know if this was a good tutorial or not. It's just been so long since I've freaking filmed one of these. I just said it with the Maybelline Master Fix. I love this stuff so much. It is so bomb. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. This is literally my flawless skin, and it's honestly, like, it's pretty full glam, but it's not cakey at all. Like, you can't see where like it begins and ends or whatever. It's just, I love this, and you can't see any of my like pimples and stuff. I mean, in person, like there you go. Can you see it now? Like, now you can see like the texture, but it's honestly so pretty. It photographs like wonderfully. There's no flashback with this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and please leave a comment of support down below if you'd like, and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.